Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews. Cybertron Weekly is your central hub for everything Transformers.
Oh hey, it's Blitzwing!
You suck.
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another Transformers review, and today we're going to take a look at a War for Cybertron figure from Transformers Siege, the new line that's finally out. It's Skytread. Now, I got this one. This is the first one of the Siege figures I picked up because this was my favorite Duocon as a kid. But back in the day, they called him Flywheels. I don't know why they changed the name, probably copyright. But we got some new packaging here going on that looks pretty cool. I'm definitely digging that thus far. It looks like there's a lot more detail in these figures. There is a price increase. The deluxe figures like this guy have gone up to $20, and it looks like the Voyagers are $50. I don't know if they're supposed to be leaders, but they look like Voyagers. And I'll tell you this, if the quality is there, I'm okay with the price increase because I paid $20 for a Marvel Legends figure and it does a lot less than a Transformer. So we'll see what Hasbro has done with this new line. Let's go ahead and check out the packaging. So here we have Skytread in the packaging, and I gotta say, I'm digging the box, absolutely. It's got Transformers, it's got Takara Tomy on here, so apparently Takara is involved with this, much like the movie Studio series, and it shows in the paint apps on this. I got this at my local Walmart. They had Hound, Sideswipe, Cog, an Ultra Magnus, and this guy. I went ahead and picked this guy up because, well, he was a fan favorite of mine, and I haven't had him in forever. Yeah, definitely looks pretty cool. It says Siege down there. We get a Decepticon logo at the top, and we get the Transformers War for Cybertron logo up there. So just kind of a close-up. Definitely digging that. Transformers, the Siege logo right there. We get some cool artwork of Skytread or Flywheels in his vehicle mode. Side of the packaging has some really nice artwork of Cybertron. Looks like a war going on, the arc launching up. Just really, really cool. Optimus at the top there, looking nice. I am definitely digging this artwork. This is gorgeous. Good job so far. I am happy. Back of the packaging, we got him in his robot mode, and then the play gimmick with these is basically weapon masters or target masters, I guess. In this line, we get the jet mode, we get the tank mode, takes 18 steps to transform, and yeah, definitely looks pretty cool. Just kind of a close-up. There it is. Look at all kinds of fun. There's the vehicle mode, yeah. And, well, that's about it for the new packaging. Let's go ahead and get Skytread out of box and see what we think. So here we have Skytread out of the package, or Flywheels, whatever you want to call him. I personally like Flywheels. That's what I'm used to from the 80s. And first impressions, I like it. I think this is a very solid figure. It does not feel cheap at all, which I do appreciate. I'm not 100% satisfied with it, and it's mainly for tabs connecting in and some transformation issues. But as far as quality of plastic and structure and just, it feels solid. It doesn't feel cheap like some of the lines that we've seen here previously. So as far as the price increase goes, I'm okay with it, at least as far as this deluxe class style or warrior class, whatever you want to call this class nowadays. I'm okay with the price increase because I think we're getting better quality out of the toy than a general Marvel Legends figure, which is a good thing. Now, will that hold up to the larger figures? I won't know until I actually pick them up. But for right now, I'm happy with this at $20. I'll see what Sideswipe and Hound are like, but I'm definitely digging this guy. He's very, very stable. He poses well, and he's got pretty decent articulation. So talking about the articulation, well, and the ports. Oh, I like all the ports everywhere that you can plug weapons into, so that's very nice. Of course, they're going to have the Target Masters or, I don't know, Machine Masters or something, whatever they're going to call them. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to take these two pieces off right here, and just to show you that the guns can combine as well. So that's kind of fun. You just take the smaller one and plug it into the back, and you get a larger rifle. I do like the paint apps on the rifle. I think that is pretty cool. I'll show that more when we get into the tank mode. So articulation on this guy, pretty decent. His head is on a ball joint, moves up and down and left and right. Very nice. He's got a ball joint up here. It's not really a ball joint, it's a swing joint that moves up and down, and it also moves this way. There is a mushroom peg joint at the upper arm, which is nice. He has a single jointed elbow. There is nothing at the wrist, which is a bit of a shame. It does have some fold in, which is for transformation. It does have a twist at the waist, which I was really shocked. That is very cool. His legs kick up really far. They kick back really far. They're just on a ball joint, so they kick out. If I can get it into focus. There we go. Yeah, they kick out really nice. There's a mushroom peg at the upper leg. He's got a hinge joint there at the knee, which is very nice. The feet do move up and down, and he's got that crazy ankle rocker pivot we love! With this being his widest possible stance with both feet still flat on the floor. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I think Hasbro and Takara did a really good job of capturing the look of the old school Transformer in this new line, much like the other ones we've gotten recently. Love the head sculpt, the eyes, the jet hanging over the blue and silver, the Decepticon logo looks good. The greenish brown color is spot on. It's a little more brown than I remember. I remember it being a bit more green, but it works for me. The purple reddish jet is about perfect. I like how the wings fold back. The silver paint apps on the arms look really good, and the shoulders and the chest. It's just a really nice upgraded version of the G1 figure we had back in the day. Now taking a look at the midsection of the figure, he's got his tail to the jet kind of hanging down. That would have been nice if it would have folded upright, but I'm okay with the way it sits. We see a little bit of the tread on the side there on his leg. The silver paint apps on the guns look nice. He's got the little blasters on his forearms, which he had back in the day. I like how it snaps down onto the waist. They do a good job there. The sculpt work looks good. It's a solid figure. The joints feel good and solid. All kinds of weapon ports to go with the Target Masters or Machine Masters, and that's really nice. Again, it's just a better quality figure that we've seen in a while. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, again, nice, big, bulky. I like the silver paint apps. We get some nice kind of silver paint brushing on the sides of the legs. I would like to have seen that a little bit more on the front of the figure. The whole wave has some nice kind of dry brushing going on with machine wear, which is kind of cool. Some people are liking it, some people are not. I guess I'll have to decide figure by figure. This particular figure, I'm definitely digging it, and I wish there was a little bit more on the legs, and some up on the jet pieces would have been cool. But overall, I just really love the figure, and the fact that it's got ankle pivot surprised the hell out of me. For comparison, here we have Skytread or Flywheels next to Battle Trap, and these guys look really good together. They're about the same size, and you know, I'm surprised at how well these two were going to be next to each other side by side, considering they're coming from two different lines. But I think they did a really good job with this guy from the last line, considering you really didn't know they combined unless you were just a Transformers fan. It was nice that we did get this guy in one package, so that we didn't have to collect the two, but I don't know, it was kind of fun seeing the two together, but they just don't have this scale of figure in the new Siege line. Nonetheless, I'm really happy to finally, after 35 some years later, actually get both of the Duocons on my shelf. Now, one of the nice things about the Duocons were you had one robot that turned into two different vehicles, and they just kind of snapped together in the 80s. They were along with the jump starters. The Autobots had the jump starters where you pulled them back and they flipped up and turned into the robot, where this guy had two vehicles, you slapped them together and they popped up to make the robot. And this is the one that I had as a kid, so I've got an affection for him. Unfortunately, they don't do that now. They are two separate transformable pieces, so let's go ahead and transform Skytread, or Flywheels, into his jet and tank mode and see what we think. Skytread or Flywheels in his tank and his jet mode, and they're okay. They're not the worst, they're not the best. As far as the jet mode goes, I love that look. That really reminds me of the old school jet from the 80s. I love the silver paint apps on it. The blue looks nice. My biggest problem are these great big green arms that are hanging underneath it. That is really kind of disappointing. I would have preferred if you just popped those off, honestly, and just have them connect somewhere onto the tank. I think that would have looked nicer. Now, as far as the tank goes, again, it looks like the 80s figure for the most part. I absolutely love the silver paint wash on the, or dry brush on the side. I like the tank. The bits up here are kind of fidgety. When you get one to pop in, you really got to push the other one in. And this gun here does not sit very well here. It tends to pop out pretty easy, so be aware of that. And then you've got your other gun right there. Personally, as you see, that kind of pops out really easy. I prefer in this mode, this is really kind of silly, but I prefer it to be like this. The two guns are more stable. And I don't know, there's something about it. I think it looks a little bit better. You can, if you want to, take the weapons and port them all over the place, ports everywhere for it. Now, as far as size comparison goes, here is the G1 Bumblebee. That's the Walmart exclusive reissue, so it kind of gives you a size comparison of the vehicles. They're not extremely large, but they're not as tiny as the old school Bumblebee. So take that what you will. As far as vehicle versus robot mode, this guy's definitely a lot cooler as the robot, and that's how he's going to get displayed up on my shelf. So is Skytread from Transformers Siege War for Cybertron something that you want in your Transformers collection? Well, if you are a G1 fan, I think this is a figure you might want to get, because I'm sure you probably had it as a kid. I know I did, and I jumped on it as soon as I'd seen him. I was really disappointed when we didn't get him in the last line, but I was really happy to find out he was coming around this way. I think he's built better than Battletrap, even though I really did like Battletrap. This figure goes together a lot better as far as the two components go. As far as transformation into the vehicle modes, I think they could have done a little bit better, but again, it's better than some of the things that we have been getting. The quality of the plastic is there. The paint applications are definitely there. The stability of the joints are there. So for the $5 price increase, I don't feel ripped off. I feel okay with it because it's the same price that I pay for a Marvel Legends figure, and that has much less playability than a Transformer. So as far as the Deluxe or Warrior class, whatever you want to call these go, the $5 price increase, in my opinion, is worth it. So if you see him out there, definitely pick him up. I think you'll like him. So there he is, Skytread, or as I call him, Flywheels from Transformers Siege.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.